Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Fan Perspective. I am your host Nathan Nile, and here's what's been going on this week in the NBA. The New York Knicks have now won 10 games in a row. The Indiana Pacers have won 5 games in a row. The Memphis Grizzlies have won 4 in a row. The Houston Rockets and the Denver Nuggets have won 3 in a row. And Portland has now lost 6 straight games, and they are on the verge of being officially eliminated from contention. Though let's be honest, even though mathematically speaking they still stand a chance of sneaking into the playoffs, yeah, we all know that's not happening. Speaking of the playoffs, what's going on there? I mean, it is right around the corner. The first playoff games are going to be played on Sunday, April 21st. And, well, there has been some news. The Miami Heat have now clinched the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Thunder, they now hold their future in the palm of their hands. They tied the season series with the San Antonio Spurs, and they have a better divisional record. They are currently half a game behind the Spurs with 1 less game played on the season as of recording this video. So, as things stand right now, if the Thunder win every single game from here to the end of the season, the Thunder get the first seed. Pure and simple. Even if the Spurs win every single game, the Thunder own the tiebreaker. They are in charge of their own destiny. So as long as they keep winning, yeah, they're going to be finished number 1. If they keep winning. The Celtics have clinched the playoff berth, and the Raptors and Wizards have been eliminated, which leaves the battle for the 8th seed between Milwaukee and Philadelphia. The 76ers are currently 6 games behind the Bucks, and the worst part of everything I'm saying right now is that both of these teams are under 500. Just take a second to think about that. Let it sink in. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Toronto, and have also been officially eliminated from playoff contention, which means that in the West, you've got the Warriors, the Rockets, and the Lakers currently in the playoffs, and you've got the Mavs, the Blazers, and the Jazz, who are currently still mathematically in contention, though realistically speaking, the Jazz are the only ones who stand any chance of getting in at this point. Just because the Mavs, well, if they were really a playoff team, they would find a way to win some of these games. I mean, earlier against Denver, just a couple hours ago, I mean, they gave it away at the last second, even though they were in control for basically the whole game. They're just not a playoff team right now. I'm hoping that the Jazz find a way to come back and knock off the Lakers, just because, well, I'm a Spurs fan, I hate LA. But either way, it looks like it's going to shape up to be a pretty fun April. And a few milestones for you this week. We've got Paul Pierce is only 2 games away from the 1100th of his career. Jason Terry is 3 away from 1100. And the next game that Shane Battier plays will be the 900th of his career. Jason Kidd is now only 71 minutes away from becoming the 4th person in NBA history to have played in over 50,000 career minutes. Kobe only needs to make 24 more field goals to be just the 6th player in NBA history with 11,000 for his career. The 5 people who have done it before him, 3 of them are centers, 1 of them is a power forward, and the other is Michael Jordan. Andrew Bogut is now 9 blocks away from 700 for his career. DeAndre Jordan is 4 blocks away from 500 for his career. And I don't like negative stats, but I felt like talking about this one because the next time that Jason Kidd turns the ball over, he will become just the 3rd player in NBA history with 4,000 turnovers for his career. And Dirk Nowitzki is now 75 points away from becoming just the 17th player in NBA history with 25,000 points for his career. Paul Pierce is 40 points away from becoming just the 20th person in NBA history with 24,000. And LeBron James is 18 points away from 21,000 for his career. And here are a few games that I'm looking forward to in this coming week. First of all, we have on Friday, there's a full slate of 12 games. Here's what captures my interest. You've got the Bucks at the Knicks. The Bucks and the 76ers are the last 2 teams standing. The Bucks are currently 6 games ahead, and they have yet to beat the Knicks this year. The 76ers at the Hawks. The 76ers still have a chance to get into the postseason if they can string some wins together. They split the first 2 meetings against the Hawks, with the home team winning each time. Then you've got the Thunder at the Pacers. The Pacers have been pretty decent at home this year, and they face a true test as they try to defend their home court against the Thunder, who have a chance to steal the top seed in their West thanks to their victory over the Spurs. And you've also got the Grizzlies at the Lakers. The Jazz lost a game which automatically put the Lakers back into the playoffs, but they will not stay there if they can't find a way to keep winning a few of their own games. The Lakers have not beat the Grizzlies yet this year, but both of the previous games were in Memphis and they were before the Rudy Gay trade. So that might make a difference, possibly. Anyways, on Saturday, we've got 7 games on the schedule, and this is what catches my eye. You've got the 76ers at the Heat. If Philadelphia happens to get into the playoffs, which seems unlikely, but it is a possibility, they would be playing the Heat in the first round. So to get into the playoffs to face off against the Miami Heat, first they'd have to beat the Miami Heat, which they have not done this year. The Heat are 3-0 against Philadelphia this season. And then you've got the Hawks at the Spurs. The Hawks are fighting with Brooklyn for that 4th seed. The Spurs need to keep winning to either get back into that first seed if the Thunder won on Friday, or if the Thunder lost on Friday, then they need to win to put some space between them. And then you've got the Rockets at the Nuggets. The Rockets have not yet clinched a playoff spot, so they need to keep hungry and keep fighting for every win they can get. And they'll have to fight hard against a Nuggets team that currently leads the series 2-0. And then on Sunday, 9 games on the schedule, and there are a couple of really great matchups. First of all, you've got the Knicks at the Thunder, a battle between 2 teams that are each, well, at the time of writing this, the Knicks are currently number 2. The Thunder, they're currently number 1, but like I said, they are a 1 win away from being that number 1 in the West. And these are two fantastic teams, and make no mistake about it, I would not be surprised if this ends up being a preview of the NBA Finals. I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying you shouldn't be shocked if it ends up happening. And then you've got the Lakers at the Clippers, the final game in the battle for Los Angeles. And, well, the Clippers already won the series. They've currently got a 3-0 lead. But the Lakers, they don't want to be swept in the season series. They would like to get at least 1 win. And especially because if they keep losing games, they're going to be out of the playoffs. It's that simple. And then you've got Golden State at Utah. Golden State has yet to clinch a playoff berth, so they and the Jazz are both fighting to keep themselves in the postseason. And then you've got the Mavericks at the Blazers, 2 teams that are desperate just to get above 500 and try and fight their way back into the playoffs. The Blazers have a much longer road ahead of them before they could even stand a chance. And the Mavericks lead the series 2-1, but the home team has won every matchup in this series. Anyways, that's it for today. Tune in Monday for another edition of NBA Weekly. Until then, this has been the Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle, and I still haven't decided which format I'm going to use once the playoffs do start. I'm thinking for right now that I'm probably just going to do a series-by-series thing. That way, when one series ends, I'll just do a quick recap of it. And then we'll move on to wait for the next series to end. But until then, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Still a couple weeks away. Anyways, I hope you have a good Friday. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy some more basketball.